Let us now see Brian's expenditure in the base year. Brian earned €36,000 per annum in the base year. He spent 25% on food, 15% on clothing, 20% on fuel and electricity, 25% on rent, and 15% on others. This means that out of a total of €36,000, Brian spent €9,000 on food, €5,400 on clothing, €7,200 on fuel and electricity, €9,000 on rent, and €5,400 on others. This is how Brian utilised his yearly salary in the base year. Since the Consumer Price Index is found to be 138%, we can say that the prices of commodities have increased by 38% in the current year as compared to the base year, but currently he receives only €48,000 yearly. If Brian would like to consume the same proportion of each commodity in the current year as in the base year, what salary would he require? With the increased food prices in the current year, Brian has to spend €12,296 on food. The clothes, which were costing €5,400 in the base year, are now costing €6,480. The fuel and electricity cost of €7,200 in the base year has now become €11,800 in the current year. The house rent cost of €9,000 in the base year has now become €12,000 in the current year. The others cost of €5,400 in the base year has now become €7,200 in the current year. This means that the total salary he would require to maintain the same lifestyle is €54,576 per year, but currently he receives only €48,000 yearly. With his current salary, Brian can afford only a portion of his requirements. There are some expenses that Brian cannot fulfill on his current salary, if he wishes to maintain the same lifestyle. The expenditure of Brian's family is the representative case of all the employees in the country. The Planning Commission has to determine the wages of all the employees in the country by referring to Brian's case. The Planning Commission of Georgeland identified the fact that due to a 38% rise in prices as compared to the base year, employees are finding it difficult to meet their daily needs. Since the Consumer Price Index is 138%, the Planning Commission decided to increase salaries by 38% compared to the base year. As an extra benefit, the Planning Commission also decided to pay arrears for the previous year. By getting fair pay and arrears, the employees were delighted with the Planning Commission's decision.